my banner and everything, and my branding. Isn't that marvellous? And I'm here with someone rather special. Justin Timberlake. Yes. Notice rose-hip eyes from the garden today. Bean arms, looking very chirpy. But more on him later, perhaps. Now, as I was saying earlier, talking to myself, I entertain with vegetables and sometimes with fruit, and I mostly do that at outdoor events and cabarets and parties and all kinds of things. And that means that I make really cool stuff out of vegetables and then animate them and engage people. And I'm a great believer in also eating your vegetables, but I don't go on too much. Now, so what I thought I'd start, we're going to cover a few things today. We're going to a bit of a warm up. Then we're going to make some very simple things out of potatoes. So actually, whilst we're doing the A to Z, what you could be doing is you could be scrabbling about in your fridge. If you're at the office, you might have an apple there or something for maybe a potato, maybe a wonky carrot, and maybe some cocktail sticks, or a used matchstick. They're quite good. So you could be scrabbling around looking for those. Yeah, you could. Whilst we're doing the vegetable A to Z. And then we're going to look at a bit about characters and story and how you tell stories with vegetables. Or how I tell stories with vegetables. Yes, yes. So say hello in the chat if anyone is out there. Like I say, I'm used to talking to myself. But it would be nice to hear from you. So, vegetable A to Z then. This is what I was doing before, and I was gesticulating. So I'm going to go from A to Z, and you're going to shout out vegetables you know. I know you're going to join in. And if you can't think of a vegetable, you can say a fruit. Remember? I'm showing that orange because it's the only I've got with me today. Now, A. I can hear you say apple. Correct. That's correct. And what about, yes, aubergine? And what about, oh, asparagus. Quite posh. Nice. Nice bit of asparagus, a bit of butter. Yes. What about bee vegetables? Yes, there are many bees. There is the bean. There's the whole bean section. You probably saw me miming this earlier. The broad bean. I was opening it. This is what a broad looks like inside. Yeah, they're good for eyes and feet. Welcome to my world. Now, other bees. Brussels sprouts. Not everybody likes those. Broccoli. Yeah. Any other bees you want to mention? Bean sprouts. Perhaps you're rummaging around the house getting your potatoes ready. Yeah, perhaps you're doing that. Now, let's see. Sea vegetables. Cauliflower. And, oh, not to be ignored, the carrot. Are you shouting vegetables at me? That's a bit aggressive, isn't it? Pointing carrots at you. Any other sea vegetables? Okay, let's move. Oh, celery, that's a good one. And celery, a bit more well known. D. D is a bit more difficult. It is. But there are dates. There are dates. And there's also the daikon. And that is a kind, don't say I didn't educate you in any way. That's a kind of a radish. It's also called a moolie. Yeah. D-A-I-K-O-N. Long, white things. Get them in the market. What else? E vegetables. We have, E is for eggplant. Yes, that's another word for aubergine. E is also for endive. That's an unusual one. Don't see them about very often. And F vegetables. Yeah. Can you think of any? I'm whispering now. My neighbours used to hear me shout about vegetables. There's one beginning with F. Do you know this one? The fennel. Yeah, the fennel. Any other vegetables? French bean, we've probably had that. G. Green beans. Gherkin. Yeah, that's good. I often say I work with gherkins, working with gherkins, or gherkin 9 to 5. Yeah, those kind of things that I say. Now, H is for horseradish, isn't it? Yeah, do you know that one? It's a long, warty sort of a thing. Very spicy. They make it into, wasabi that knocks your head off when you're eating sea. Yeah, that's what they do. And horseradish sauce, of course, which is more normal. Now, I is for iceberg lettuce. Yes, not so fashionable now, but it still begins with A. And any other eyes you can think of? No. J, jalapeno pepper. Yeah, the spicy ones. And what about, I'm just jiggling about a bit. What about Jerusalem artichoke? Do you know what they look like? They're a funny little warty, tubery thing. And actually, they give you lots of wind. So you might want to avoid those. You might not. You might think that's a big bonus. I do. Now, Jay, so I didn't think I'd be talking about flatulence today, but I am. Now, has that got anything to do with art? Maybe not. Now, J.K. Who gave Madame Zucchini a live platform where she could say what she likes? K is, I know. Kale. I bet you're always cramming those into your smoothies every day. There might be a use for the kale later. Hair? No. Mask? No, that's ridiculous. That wouldn't work, would it? K. Any other K's? My mind's gone blank. Has yours? Have you stopped joining in? K. L. We've had the leek. There's also, what about the lemon? Yeah, that's a bit of a fruit, isn't it? What about the lime, even? Yeah, lemon, and other L's are available. Now, M is for mushroom. Yeah, it's also for mango, possibly the last mango in Paris. And any other M's? Mung bean, is that one? Or is that legume? N. There is one I can think of. Looks a bit like a peach. Nectarine, correct. We are at O. What might O be? The orange again. I knew that orange was going to come in handy. What about the one that makes you cry? No, not him or her. It's an onion. Yeah. Onion. Yeah, the chop. Yeah, put a bit of bread in your mouth to stop crying. And aubergine. Some people say that they think it's funny. I don't. O-P. P is for, what peas are there? Peas are peas. Peas and parsnip. Yes, actually, that is a really good one to join in with. So we're now all going to shout parsnip together. Yeah, we're going to stand up for a second. Stretch yourself. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and you're going to shout parsnip. You ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Parsnip! Do you know I heard a roar then across Sheffield? A roar, a parsnip roar. Did you hear it? Good. So P, there probably are other P's. Pepper. I've been doing a window art project in my window every day. The window's just there, by the way. Yes, the street is just there. And every day since we had lockdown, I've been doing vegetable art in my window, a different character every day. Yeah, you can find some of those on my Instagram, at Madame Zucchini on Instagram. Someone suggested I make Al Peppuccino. Yeah, he was one of the favourites. Yeah, we could go into those characters later, if I remember, if I don't get distracted. Now, so we've had peas. Now we need Q. Cucumber. Who said that? It's funny though, isn't it? Q is also quinoa, if anyone's an aficionado of quinoa. Yeah, very good. I've warmed to that, a bit like bulgur wheat, but it is actually a vegetable. I've seen it growing on a plant. Yes, I have. So Q, any other Qs? No? Q, R. Oh, lots of those. Hey, look at these little radishes. Yeah, little radishes. And rhubarb. Yeah, that's a vegetable actually. Surprisingly, even though we've sugar on it and put it in crumbles. Lots of other R's that escape me right now, but you'll be shouting, won't you? Can't hear you. Say it a bit louder. Hello, hello. S. Now there are absolutely loads of S's. There are. There's all sweet ones. Sweet potato. Yeah, I haven't got one of those with me. But there's sweet corn. You'll like to chomp on a bit of sweet corn. Sugar snap peas. They're a bit sugary as well, aren't they? Lots of sweet ones in there. Any more S's? Squash. Yes, squash. And let's see what else we've got. Tea. Let's skip it along a bit. Tea. Yeah. Turnip. And should we all shout turnip? 3, 2, 1. Turnip. U is an ugly fruit. Yeah, we'll zip on now. V is for vegetables. W, watercress and watermelon. Yes. X, or is Y come first? I can't remember. X, no. Y, the yam. A bit like sweet potato. And finally, we are at Z. Is there a vegetable that begins with Z? There is. It's a zucchini. It's another word for a courgette, as you'll all know. After 3, we shout zucchini. 3, 2, 1. Zucchini! So, if anyone has just tuned in and wondered, this is what it's like in the vegetable entertainment world. Now, what are we going to do? You've got your vegetables ready, I'm sure. Have you got a potato? You can always do it later. We've got a potato and we're going to make a simple potato creature. So I have here a used matchstick. Yeah, and I'm telling you why I'm using the used matchstick, because they're good for pupils. I'll show you. So I have pre-chopped a bit of carrot. I shall pop the stick in there. Pop. It has one eye. Now, I need another carrot, don't I? Does it need to be the same size? Not necessarily. No. It might have wonky eyes. Because we have wonky eyes, don't we? We're wonky. He has 2 eyes. He won't turn a face the camera. He's a bit shy. I'm going to make a mouth for him with my knife. Now, if you're a bit young, make sure you've got help with the chopping. I'm going to trust you on this one. It's not even sharp enough to go through a potato. Look at that. There. Chopping a little mouth. Oh, look. Chirpy. That's why I love vegetables, because they're so expressive. Yes. The other thing you can do with potatoes is make a little potato shark. You can. So this one, I didn't say, did I? Did you notice? Because it's gone to seed. That's his hair, isn't it? Could be his beard. So I've taken it straight off this. And what am I going to do to make a shark? The first manoeuvre you'll need with your knife is to cut a shape. Cut a sort of a wedge out of the front of your potato. That's right. Then the shark needs some teeth. Now, these potatoes are a bit soft because I'm using ones from the bottom of the fridge. But I'm just going to chop around there, pop some teeth in. Yes. Do you know, it's so soothing playing with vegetables. All you have to do is sit there, hold your potato and breathe. You can also do relaxation and mindfulness with potatoes. You can. Vegetables. You're doing it now. Yes. So I'll carry on doing the teeth. Teeth for this potato shark. The thing to remember about your potato shark is that they will go brown after a while. Yeah, they will. I often, when I'm doing them in the shows, I use a sweet potato. But they're quite hard to carve, so I'm just showing you something easy. So, you remember that piece that I chopped? I'm going to make that into the tail. And I chopped the middle bit out. I'll tell you what I can do with that in a minute. There is the tail. I won't go near the camera for some reason. I don't know why that is. The little, just using my multitasking there and popping that in my mouth. Now, there, the little triangle from his tail. I'm affixing that to the top of his head. But of course, this little sharky creature is without eyes. What sort of eyes he'd like? What do you think? Maybe he would like a big courgette eye. Do you think? So I'm going to pop the stick in there. I'll just do one eye for him. Hold him up close. There he is. His teeth, he's ready to bite and attack something. So, have you made that? Have you? Have you made your little potato creature? And your potato shark? Have you? Good. So, we've got those. We've done those. I'll keep the shark there. Always kiss your potatoes. It's good practice. Now, next, I was going to make something, well, a bit more complicated, really. I'm going to show you how to make Beyonce. Yeah, out of a butternut. Now, the reason I choose a butternut, I'm overwhelmed by your chat messages, by the way. I've chosen this butternut because it's quite curvy. This one's got an unusually long neck, but I'll deal with that shortly. So Beyonce needs some eyes. So what shall I think again I'm going to turn to the courgette pieces. Yeah, because they're nice and easy to do, to pop in. Also, what are good for pupils? Oh, I know, I'll show you something in a minute. I'm going to have to make little holes in Beyonce. That's why you need the cocktail stick sometimes. Hope you got some doing that safely or getting some help with it. So make some holes in Beyonce's face. Imagine. Pop the courgette there. Got another piece of courgette. Are you making along? I know you're going to do this later. I know you're going to make the shark, potato man, and then I'm going to make Beyonce. Now, here we are. Now, she's kind of got eyes, but in order to get more expression, I've got some blackberries from the garden. Sometimes I use blueberries, but these are, I've actually got these. So I'm going to pop. Oh, look. You see what a difference that makes, you see? Expression. Now, I don't know what that's, is that a mark on her? Yes, it's a mark on the vegetable. Now, there are lots of ways you can make mouths. But again, for Beyonce, like the potato creature, I would suggest you could use a shape like that. Yeah, you could use a whole big bean. That would look funny, wouldn't it? How do you think Beyonce would look like that? Or you could chop it again. Now, as I said, the butternut's quite hard. I'm chopping in there. Beyonce's got a big mouth. So let's see what she looks like. She's got a very big mouth. Yeah. Oh, all the single butternuts, all the single butternut. Now, I would say there's many things she's missing, or possibly what she's missing is hair. What do you think? Do you think I should put some hair on? Yes. I don't like being bald. Did you hear her speak? Now, I'm going to use the kale. Yeah. So let's see how that's good. Let's try and position her hair so it looks like hair. Let's have a look. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do is attach this. I'm going to chop off that bit. And I'm going to attach the kale hair with half a cocktail stick. There we go. It's going in. So that's one side of her wig. Oh, it's sticking out. Shall I adjust that? Let's adjust it. Let's adjust. Let's bring it down. Oh, I can't get out now. That's butternuts for you. They're so hard. So let's bring it down there. Get the other side of the... Do you know, there are many strange things in the world. But sitting on your own in your front room, making creatures and talking to yourself. Actually, that's what I do all the time. So this is normal. Now, there's one side of her hair. Oh, you know where I made her mouth? She's dribbling on me. Beyonce, stop dribbling. You're ruining my outfit. She's doing that. Now, the other side of the hair. Let's make that. How can I arrange that? So, yes. It's gone in front of her face. There. Right, I'll pop this one in. Beyonce's one of my favourites. She's one of my favourites to do. Her and... Don't do this at home. Her and Justin get on like a house on fire. They do. So, there. I wish you'd point at the camera. Beyonce, look. Yeah, I think as the hair needs sun styling. That kale's so fresh, you can bet. Oh, there she is. So, that's how you make Beyonce. Yeah, she's going off to chat to Justin Timberlake now. Yeah, she is. So, there we have it, Beyonce. Now, inspired by Beyonce and by my own tiara, I'm going to make a quick tiara for her. I didn't mention this earlier, but because I've got these radishes and yeah, what I've got here is, this is a piece of wire. It's the wire you get from, when you get flowers from the florist and they stick the wire to keep the flowers up. They do. Yeah, did you notice that? So I'm using that because it's easy. The other way you could do it is by using like a skewer and poking a hole through your radish and then poking string through. Here's one I did earlier. As you see, it all got bungled up, so I thought, no, I'm not doing that. You have to go with what works, don't you? Now, mind your hands with this wire. That's just for Beyonce. So, look, that's easy. It's gone straight through. Yeah. Now, I think I'm going to intersperse the radishes. Did I say radish? With some carrot pieces for a bit of definition. We could also have some beans, actually, now I'm thinking about it. So there we are. There is a radish piece of carrot. Did you think we'd even be making vegetable jewellery? You didn't, did you? No. Now, radish, carrots. I'm going to carry on with this. I know we started a bit late. I'll just stick to my timetable, shall we? Unless anyone shouts at me. Radish, carrot, and radish and carrot. And then, for some definition, let's pop a bean on. Yeah. I suppose the broad bean would be the bigger bean, but this one, we're going to go for this one. So, yes. So that's the middle of the necklace now. So I love symmetry. I do. So I'm going to go bean, then carrot. Pop that wire through. So easy. As long as you don't stab yourself. Don't stab yourself. And radish. And adjust hair. And how much more do we need? We need another carrot and another radish. Yep. Another carrot. And a final radish. There's a bit of a radish close-up for all you radish lovers. Ta-da! The radishes also, we'll do it to this one. When you cut them open, they're white, aren't they? And that's really good for a bit of definition. So look at that. Now look, who wouldn't want to wear that? Look, wear it as a necklace. Look, I could even wear it as a tiara. I could. A bracelet. Let's see if Beyonce wants to wear it. No, I don't. Yes, she does. She'd love to wear it. So, I'm going to pop the tiara on her. There we are. Do it with the wire at the back. I hope you are all doing this because it's really good. It's very soothing. People say, "Oh, I'm not creative," but obviously you must eat it all afterwards. You must. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. I'm covering her ears up. So, the tiara. She's looking a bit startled, and the beans poking her in the eye. It's just fallen off. There you go. That's what happens, isn't it? Vegetable Entertainment Live. So, what have we done so far? We've heard a little bit about my world. Probably heard too much about my world now. We've done the A to Z. We've done some simple vegetable creatures. We've made Beyonce. We've done pop stars, because you can't do anything. You can make superheroes. You can make instruments. Mind you, I tried to make a carrot flute and it wasn't entirely successful. It was more like a carrot kazoo. But what we could talk a little bit about now is the expressive nature of vegetables. So I was introduced you earlier, expressive nature of vegetables and also stories. Let's do a little bit about that before we finish today. So, like I say, Justin, he's very chirpy, isn't he? Look at his mouth there, open, looking open. But all we have to do is turn his mouth round and he's a bit grumpy. What I love about these creatures is they do seem to express different emotions, which I think is sometimes why people like them. No, he looks completely different. Look at him now. Oh. So that's why they're great for drama, you see, and that's why they're great for puppets. And they love being in the limelight. As long as you don't tell them you're going to eat them too much. Shh. So there's Justin and his expressive nature. And that's where you use all the colour vegetables to your advantage. So like we were saying about different colours, just to add that in there. I said about the radish, didn't I? Red on the outside, white on the inside. And remember to use things like the blackberries for definition. So we've got vegetable characters, we've got jewellery, but also stories and characters. Now, one of my favourites, something's just dropped on the floor. I'll just do this quite quickly. One of my favourite stories to tell is a story about pirates. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, it is. And it stars... Where's he gone? Captain Jack Marrow. He's not quite a marrow. He's actually a courgette, but he's big. This time of year, we're not quite at the marrows, are we? Anyway, Captain Jack, just to say a bit about him. So he's a positive character, chirpy, isn't he? He looks chirpy. He also wears a pirate hat. I use slightly sleeves for pirate hats. What do you think? Arr, Captain. What's the most piratey vegetable? Parsnip. It could also be artichoke, actually, couldn't it? So, Captain Jack Marrow. Now, let's think of the story. So we've got a character like, well, he might be a bit inept sometimes, but he's chirpy enough, and he's pretty much like us, really. That's the sort of character I like, something I can relate to. And he's off on a mission. What can he be at now? There's got to be a beginning, middle, and end to the story, isn't there? So the beginning is that he's there. There he is on his ship. And you know what? Someone's nicked the treasure of the carrots and the beans. Yeah. So he's going to have to go and find the treasure of the carrots and the beans and see who's nicked it. I think it was his big pirate. Big nasty pirate. But anyway, there he is. So there's things going to happen in the middle of the story because there needs to be challenges that he comes across and has to overcome. So he's in the middle of the sea. Can't use water at the moment because of the laptop. But you can make props out of paper. You can. Are you following all this? The water splashes in his face. There could be a storm, couldn't there? Now, I want you to shout out some things that could happen to Jack. Did you say the helpful sea cucumber could come and save him or help him in some way? You might be right. I have got a cucumber. That could be something that... What would the helpful sea cucumber... Can he even say it? What would his voice be like? Captain, I can tell you where the treasure is. You might have to play with voices. Yes, you might. So, the captain, what other challenges might befall him? Did I hear you say some sort of weird vegetable bird creature might attack him from the sky? That's possible. Also, what is possible is he could be attacked by a shark, given that I've got one here already. Should we try that? I want to eat your arms! He's got his... Then you have to overcome that difficulty. Now, in the show, do you then put the eye back on or not? I popped his eye back. No, his eye's not staying on. This is one of the challenges he's had to face. So what else might happen? Oh, yes. And I like to blend my story references. Excuse me. So, of course, we've got the Pirates of the Caribbean references with Captain Jack Sparrow. But we've also got... I'm just going to have a little drink. I'm going to have a little drink here. My creamer. I also like references to old stories. Like, Jason and the Argonauts. You won't believe it. I'm going to start to cough now. That's not good when you're on screen, is it? I'm going to hide behind him. It's a tickle. Rather than anything deadly, although, my goodness. What do you do? What do you do when you start crying? You put your marrow down is what you do and blow your nose. Ta-da! Gosh, live entertainment. I love it when my nose runs. Now, so he might come across a massive catastrophe at sea. Now, I like the bit in Jason of the Argonauts where there's the clashing rocks. And in my story, I call it the clashing leaks. Yes. So you can do anything you like. Remember, I'm just saying what I do. You can do anything. So a leak might just bash him over the head repeatedly. It might do, just because that's what happens in theatre. But eventually, Captain Jack Marrow arrives on the island. And what might happen? Yes, the pirate comes out. I hear you saying, is there any love interest? There could be. There could be Kiwi Knightley. I hate the Kiwi, so there wasn't one. Yeah. And he might meet his nemesis, the Spirit. He can only see out of one eye. That's one of the difficulties he's got to overcome, isn't it, as we've said. And he might have a massive battle with the pirate, might he? I can hear you saying, Or they might come to an agreement and just work out the treasure all together, share out the carrots and the beans. So there we have it. You're saying I'm none the wiser. But you are, because what you've got is your character, your emotions, you've got your story, your beginning, middle and end. Yes, you work out what are the things he needs to overcome and what's going to happen at the end. So there we are. We've looked at all today, and I've had to blow my nose, which I guess it happens, doesn't it? I guess it does happen that you have to blow your nose. Well, obviously it does, because I'm a human. Yeah, half vegetable human. Now, let's recap. I've done that. You can find me on. Let's see how we do time. You can find me at Madame Zucchini on Instagram and Twitter and things like Facebook and YouTube. In fact, it's been great to do this. I hope you're going to watch all week with seeing what other people are doing on the In Mind Apart Festival. I've really enjoyed showing you a little bit about how I create, and it's about play really, as I'm sure you can tell. But you know, it's not all over yet, and I'd like to finish for you with my vegetable dance. So I'm going to put some music on and change into my sprout costume. Oh no, tell you what, I'll change into costume first. Have to remove the tiara. You weren't expecting this, were you? Or maybe you were. So the tiara's off. Hold on there a second. Now, which vegetable costume shall I wear? Have you got your vegetable costume? Here's mine. Here's mine. Oh, I'm going to need to tuck the dress in. Let's see. Oh, this is glamorous, isn't it? Tuck it in. Yeah. Oh, that's going to look a bit weird. There we are. There we are. Now, because this is my sprout costume. See? Artistic. But it's not just any old costume. It also has sparkly lights. Now, oh, and there's a fascinator. Now I'm going to pop the music on. Before I do that, there's actions. It's a disco tune, and we do. It's Casey and the Sun. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And we go in the chorus. We go, do a little dance, vegetable love, get down tonight. We're just going to do this to loosen up and say ta-ra, really. So excuse me while I pop the music on. Let's hope the sound is reasonable.
Me and you into the things, oh, do the things that we like to do, oh, do the things, make a love, get down tonight, do the dance, make a love, get down tonight, baby, I'll meet you. Same place, same time, where we can all get together and ease up our minds. Oh, do the dance, make a little love, get down tonight, do the dance, make a little love, get down tonight, baby.
So did you all join in? I love doing that. It relaxes me at the end of the day. So I've been Madame Zucchini. Slightly out of breath now. You've been lovely, I think. Hope you've enjoyed a glimpse into my world. And I'll see you around soon. Bye. Oh, and if you have made any creatures, do send me them and tag me in and at ArtsApart.